Before I get to teaching you guys about basic Spanish, I want to tell you guys a little bit about my own experience learning languages. This is the first video in like a three-part series that I'm going to make today. The other two are going to be on Japanese and Czech. So my experience learning Spanish has mostly been in the classroom up until the end of high school. I learned 3 years of Spanish in high school, but I guarantee that the score that got me out of 4 classes in college wasn't just due to all the stuff I learned in the classroom. In fact, what I learned the most from was actually going and using what I learned in Spanish class with some of my Hispanic friends in high school. Yeah, they laughed at me at first. I mean, like, ooh, look at this gringo trying to speak Spanish. I'm like, well, you know, whatever, I'm just trying. And that's the thing, you gotta remember that most people are not going to make fun of you and laugh at you for trying to speak their native language. In fact, what I've found, the vast majority of people who are already like, you know, adults or just older, like college age, they're all like really excited when you start speaking Spanish. Suddenly they're like, oh man, what, you speak Spanish? Or they're like, oh, and then they try to help you, like they're like your informal tutor or something right there in that conversation, and like it's really cool. Like they're so supportive. But I mean, think about it. If someone was trying to speak English to you, and they were making a sincere effort, wouldn't you do the same thing? I mean, what good would laughing at their broken accents do? Like it's just really cool. That's one of my favorite things about learning a language, and I've had the most experience in it with Spanish. What's helped me the most is developing a foundation in grammar. So like, I view the present tense, preterite, like all those things, the grammar elements, as like puzzle pieces. And once you put all of them together, you have your foundation, and then that sets you free. You can say whatever you want using that foundation. Always refer to it, and eventually, with enough practice using the language, that foundation becomes like subconscious. You just kind of use it, and all you have to do is learn new vocabulary and new verbs. It's just really cool. That's what works for me. But definitely something that I think people should take away from this video is that if you're going to learn a language, make sure you have your people. You have your network of like friends, maybe a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You know, people that you can rely on who are not gonna like make fun of you for learning your language or practicing it. You want people who are gonna be there, who are like happy to practice with you whenever you want, because let me tell you that it's really hard to learn to speak a language if all you're doing is reading and writing it. And that's one of the main problems with most language classes these days for foreign language. A lot of the emphasis is on reading and writing, but if you just take that leap of faith and, you know, you just put yourself out there and make yourself vulnerable, I guarantee you're not gonna regret it. It's gonna be the key to you becoming more native-like and like fluent than the other people around you who are just waiting for their study abroad experience, or who are just relying on the safe things like reading and writing where you're in your own little private space. You don't have to risk your confidence. But yeah, that is part of learning a language, and that's what I've learned from learning Spanish. So stay tuned for the other 2 videos. I'll tell you more about my experience learning those. For now, just in the comments below, just answer the question, what has been your experience learning Spanish? You can talk about like pitfalls, ways you had to motivate yourself, good teachers, bad teachers, whatever. Just write down there, talk about it, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.